Now we are talking about the fabrics, like which fabric we should use or which not. So for this kind of effect, I choose the tone and tone fabric like this, which is having kind of a print on it, but you can go ahead and choose something like that. Personally, I love the batiks. Like, I'll show you, these are the batiks fabric I have. You can get a fat quarter, and in a fat quarter you can create this much journal, and you can use them just for a cover, or you can create a whole book on a fabric theme. So these are more like the watercolor effects I like. I love to use this small swashes also, which is kind of batik theme, bandhani print, and some muted, some nice vibrant colors. You can go ahead and add something neutral to your things also, like this, if you want to add the page. And if you have the scrap, you can just put this on the page, and that will look so beautiful. You can use this kind of 100% cotton or muslin cloth for that. And you can do your hand stitching. If you love to hand stitching, you can go ahead on YouTube. You will get lots and lots of things. You can create small motifs like this, like that, for your fabric thing. Or you can go very immersive way of doing the hand stitching, and you can create your front cover with that. Or you can directly do the machine quilting. I have lots and lots of fabric scrap just because I'm a quilter also. And you will get some nice streams also, like this, like this. So if you are doing the fabric journal, you can go ahead with all these supplies. If you are doing in the junk general kind of thing, then you can need more paper, like these vintage papers. I just print out that, but you can have, like, you can see the old book papers or pages like that, and you can add those also. Like, I have this old book with me, and I can add these papers in that. Okay, so you can have that. You can add little bit of paper bags like this, and you can fold them in your journal. You can go ahead and go add the envelopes. You can add the vintage envelopes. But if you're not doing that, like me, I just want to create more general for my watercolor purpose. So what I will do, I will just create the front of it, and then I want to add something like this. So maybe I have some pages like this one, and I can fold it, and you can see that I did something on back, something on front, and like this. So I can use on both the side. I can repurpose the things. I can fold it, and then I can do my journaling here. Okay, right? So I can use some old papers or my old projects which I started, like this is the color swash, or I can add just some blank pages to it so that it will go nicely together. You can add a small paper squash. You can add some kind of embossing things to them. You can add the watercolor effect to them, and you can add the different prints and tones. So possibilities are endless. Just see that what is your purpose of creating your handmade journal. Is it for the watercoloring? Is it for the fabric journal? Is it for writing everyday things on it? So then you can decide, and according to that you can recycle or create your things, whatever you have. And if you want to buy, you can buy these small pat cutters and some of the ribbons. I just showed you that how I colored this trim. You can color it. You can do the hand stitching like this, or you can do machine embroidery like I did this, and you can see these leaves. These all are machine embroidered. Or you can just sew the lace all around it. So possibilities are endless. It's up to you how you want to create. You can create the patchwork like this all over it, like this, and you can create that also by sticking and sewing it. So first of all, see what you have, what is the purpose of making your journal, and then jump into the process. I almost show you most of the things I'm gonna use in this I use the Brother Runway machine for stitching also. I just want to say that if you are going color crazy, add some neutrals also to work on those, and that will give you a really nice effect on the journaling. Another thing you can add to your journal is like this. You can use the patchworks I already showed you, but this is the one of the bumblebee kind of stuff I created with my own machine. And but if you don't have this, it's okay. Other thing I want to show you is like this kind of felt. Nowadays we will get a printed felt. You can add a white or simple one. You can cut it in half, or you can fold it in half, and you can create a small journal book out of it by just adding the pages here. Or you can use one of some kind of interesting stuff going on, so you can use them as a one of the insert also. Like you can put like this also. According to your length, you have to see that how and what you can add. So for this fat quarter, we already kind of put this and sew this together. I didn't sew the one side. So my main idea while doing this is like I can insert the hole. You can insert the hole depending on the sheet you have, and then you need to sew around, and then you can have this a journal. But what I want here is a nice big spine. So for that big spine, I decided to use the to cut little bit of all of these, so that I will get that nice big spine. So here's the thing, I have these things with me, and I will put this just on my grid mat so that I can see where it is, and then I will put one mark here, and I just want below like this mark, so we will get this much spine. Now remember, we are not measuring anything, we are just eyeballing the stuff and doing this thing. Okay, then you can put a line here just like that, and I don't mind of having a line with the colored pen also, cause it's okay to have that line. You can use the Sharpie, or you can use any fabric marker, and I'm kind of putting this line here, and then I will shift it. I will match again this, and then I'm just using this. You can use scale also. I'm just using this whatever I have at this moment, and basic idea is that I'm planning to cut these. Now I want to cut these smaller than this, right? So here is the thing, if this is the line I cut here, this will be too much, so I need to cut more than that. Again I am lining up on my grid mat, and then I will just draw one line. Now here is the thing, you can use your craft knife to cut it to get a better result, or you can use the now you can see. So this is the kind of packaging came in some of the stuff, maybe a bed sheet or something, and I just take it. So first what we have to do, we have to see that our first piece is okay or not, cause we will sew that piece inside. So you can put it anywhere. I decided to put here, and then I saw it. Is it okay with me? Okay, this side I already sewed, so I thought okay, this is okay with me. Now I gonna measure the same thing again, and then I will cut it. Now its main thing is our binding, and now we will cut the binding also. So we have these two pieces now. One will go on this side and we can sew together. We'll add some trims and laces, and then we'll put another on this side, and then we'll add another trim or thing, and then we need something to binding here, and definitely our binding is bigger than this, so I'm already having another thing with me here. First of all, I'm kind of eyeballing that how much I wanted, and then I will take little bit lesser than that. Okay, so width I want the same one, so I can put that, and height I want little bit more. I'll use again this. I used to use anything I have for measuring and stuff like that, so if you feel it's weird, then yeah, I am weird. And then it's little bit, I think, crooked or okay. So we have our binding also. Now it's time to, so we're gonna make two lines here. We're gonna put this apart and we will make two lines here. So this is our front, so we will see one here, what we line make, and one here, and then we will insert those, and then we will do all around it thing. Now before that, if you want to add trim on downside, or if you want to add trim here, this is the best time to add, because after inserting these hardboards, I don't want to sew much. I will just sew this one. And another thing we should add before the, we need to add the closure. So we have this ribbon, we already made this ribbon, and I want to go my ribbon like this side to this side. Most of the times what I do is I glue them with the hot gun. That will do. Or this thing you can add inside. So here I have to rip apart some of the because I don't want to make this, but I did, but you can do that, or you can add it outward also like this. And then don't sew on this, you have to sew on only this side. Or another thing you can do is you can put your string on this side, and then you can use this to wrap around your book, so you can do that also. So before doing this, we will decorate our trim and decorate that one also. I'm gonna speed up little bit process, and then see you at the next side. So now here I'm just adding little bit more interest in that closure. You can add 2-3 ribbons together. Here I'm using 2 satin ribbons. One is like 1 inch and one is like 1/3 inch, and we already colored that to match that album. If you don't want to color that, you can find the beautiful ribbons also, or you can use the elastic closure also. There are many ways of doing the closure. I'm kind of making it with the long ribbon, and I will hold that around the album. So here I took a little bit more than needed. I always do that, because sometimes you can't get that same effect after the thing is happen. And here I changed the stitch to the leaf stitch. So on the satin it will not go like pretty good, but yeah, you can try it. Now I already pinned out that where I want to sew that on the album. So here I'm just making 2 pockets, sorry, the 3 pockets in the album, where we're gonna insert the spine as well as front and back cover. As I told you, you can stick it also with the help of the fabric glue or any hot gun glue, but this time I want to try this technique, so that's why I'm doing this. And then I have these pockets, and main idea is I will insert the small hardboards inside them, and then I will close it. So before doing that, I need to attach my closure here. So I am putting that closure on the one side of the album. You can choose either the front or back, that is totally up to you how you want to do it. And then I'm putting that inside so that it will give me a nice close beautiful effect. And you can go back and forth to put that, but you don't need that much sturdiness, the double stitch will do the work. And then I'm just adding little bit stitches on this create thing. I desperately like, I want to not much highlighted that it should go inside and melt into that, so I just put the same colors and same threads around it. And then I decided to add all over trim for the bottom of the album cover. So here I'm using the green color ribbon. I like for this particular album I decided I will go with the more of the greens and blues, and as well as the neutral colors, brown, white and black. So brown, white and black are very, like, they are not melting inside the color, so I'm choosing this. I choose first blue also, but it is looking so much popping inside my eyes, so that's why I choose that. So whatever you want to do on your album before inserting those cardboards or hardboards, you have to do it that before, because once you insert, then you have to just close it. You don't have any other option to sew on it. People see on the hardboard, most of the times I saw that. I didn't do that much. I preferred to take harder hardboards, so that I'm not preferring that. So now here we get the double stitch with our closure also, because we are like getting that green ribbon, green trim around the front also. So here I'm doing just a simple stitch and making the album little bit kind of my way. And now I'm inserting those hardboards inside, and you can see I just could trim out part little bit smaller than those pockets, so they go easily. And don't worry, we are not anytime washing this album, so that will be fine. And then if you're not happy with the cardboard, you can sew this all the things with the help of the batting. Also you can put batting as an insert. Now I put it that in exactly inside, and I will sew around it. So this time I'm closing this, and it will now become a very sturdy. Have like a very nice blue color which is kind of matching with this, so I will go ahead with this light brown color because I have it plenty of it, so I decided to go with it. And then this is our inside also. It is also nice, somewhere halfway this and that. I want to create a really some kind of things to it. And then we're gonna poke a hole for our signatures here, and then we will bind the whole thing. So you can see that we got a nice so in a fat quarter we are able to create a, it's almost a 9, and this is 2.5 inches. So we can 2.5 inches binding signature for the book cover, and 9 by 8 album. So it's a front of the cover. So this is 9, this is 8, and this spine is 2.5. Okay, so I didn't add any buttons or something like that. So before closing it out, we have to see what else we can add. And if there are some kind of imperfections, like here, if you feel that you need to cut a little bit on the height, then you can cut it. So here at this moment, I create this. You can add many beads here, you can add more buttons here, and kind of balancing out it. So maybe I'll add little bit of brown buttons here. I can still add them on this trim also. I want to add something more, so I think this lace will match, and we will add this lace. on here. Maybe we'll go zigzag or something like that to create a more interest. And on this side we are deciding that we are adding that, and you can move these whatever threads are hanging around, you can move that. If you don't want to, you don't want to. So for here I will add only 2 brown buttons, like this, or little bit bigger on side. And here I will add a trim, and I will speed up the process now. So for this, first of all, I thought I should put that black trim lace there, and then I was like, it is popping out too much. I don't want that much. So I just choose the little bit part of the trim we are created, and I'm just going and running stitch with that, and I'm gonna close it, and it will give me a flower look. And I thought that will match very nicely. I don't want too much flowers, but if you want, you can create a 3 or 5 flowers like this and put a button at the middle of the flower, and that will also look nice. Or you can do the yo-yo as I told you before. Or you can buy the flowers as we talked before. So here I just want a 1 flower and 1 button. I don't want much, so I decided to just sew that. You can do all this process before sewing those compartments for the cards also, but sometimes it's need more visual thing. Sometimes you feel that you can do that afterwards or something like that. I did it, and I'm real happy how it turned it out. You can create the rows of these flowers, that will also look good. And then I'm adding just these buttons. So here I'm adding 2 buttons, and I think that's it. I will not add more embellishment on this album. Sometimes I go a little bit off the camera, just I'm kind of seeing that what's going to happen. So these buttons I bought from the Jayons or Hobby Lobby, I didn't remember. So but yeah, you can find it out, or maybe you have something in your stash, you can use that. And I see you that blue trim just like that on it, and it is kind of matching with the vertical trim on it. And here now I'm kind of you know seeing that my all the boards are good or not, and I'm kind of trimming them little bit. And then I'm just making a mark here, and then I will cut with the scissors. Don't use your sharp knife on your table, it will ruin the table. Use any kind of protection. Here I'm using these. I have this turntable. This is I do quilting, so I have this. This is from Fiscus. You can use any mat, whatever you have, and if you don't have mat, just to put a papers, a bunch of hardboard or anything like that. And then after cutting all that and trims, now we will insert. Now this should be the final one, so I have to make sure that everything is going inside nicely and properly. They are a little bit loose, they are a little bit moving gap, they are not too tight, but I'm happy with that. I want them that way. I want little bit loose on them. And then we're gonna sew all around the upper side, and where I will put the brown trim. So I have these trims from, but you can get these trims from online, Amazon, or I think you can get from John's or Hobby Lobby also. Here you can see I'm not sewing on the hardboard. I'm just going um after the hardboard. So this is kind of securing that hardboard. That hardboard will not move at all now. And then we will add that brown trim to just kind of do the cover our imperfections. Here you can fold them in a half, put them a nice double-sided fabric tape, and you can get a really nice inside cover, just like we do the for the pillowcase. I didn't bother that much. I will add the trim, and it gonna look nice. I want little bit rusty and little bit unfinished look to it. I don't want perfect kind of things. So I did that, and then on one side we go with the green trim, and other side we go with the brown trim. So for balancing out that, on the back side, I use the brown on one side, and front side we use green on one side. So that gonna give us that balancing kind of effect. And that's it. I will trim off the ribbon, just fold it little bit to get a more finished look, and then I gonna just sew it. You don't have to worry too much for this swimming. One swing is okay with it. So after putting that last trim, it's kind of enclosed now. We can't do many hard things on it, but you can paint on it. You can put stickers on it. If you want to still stitch, you can go ahead with a large needle and you can little bit poke a hole, but I will just put it like that. I'm happy. In the next video I will show you how we will put the signatures inside it, what kind of paper I will use. I will not use the plain paper for the signatures, so we will talk more about that in the next video. So whatever I'm telling here is not about only the one album. Now you can see that it's become a nice hard spine, and it is looking like a little bit of box kind of stuff, and you can put lots and lots of papers inside, and you can enclose this with a very simple way like this. And I'm pretty happy how it turned out, what the colors are, and I'm going to use the same kind of color pattern inside also. Maybe I'll put little bit more colors inside, but yeah, you can hang those threads around like a junk journal. If you don't like that, cut it apart like me. It's totally depend on you how you want. You can use this album for anything like junk journal, watercolor journal, art journal, or you can put the fabric things inside it. You can make it a slow stage journal. So where I'm doing here a kind of a brief and vague idea that how you can use it. So see you in the next video where we will add the signatures to this album. I hope you are enjoying this series, and until the next project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.